Have you ever met someone and thought, hold on, you're 65? Then they smile and say, actually, I'm 72. And suddenly your brain starts doing maths it didn't sign up for. You're standing there thinking, no, somebody is lying. Then you start looking closer. No wrinkles. Still walking faster than me? How is this even legal? And here's the funny part. Most of us immediately blame good genes. Oh, they just won the genetic lottery. Maybe. But Carl Jung believed something much deeper. He believed that what happens inside you eventually shows up outside you. Your face, your eyes, your energy, even the way people feel when they stand next to you. Sometimes, looking younger isn't about expensive creams. It's about carrying less emotional baggage. Think about it. Two people can be exactly the same age. One walks into a room looking fresh and full of life. The other walks in looking like Monday morning after 3 meetings and no coffee. Same birthday. Different energy. And people notice. Today we're talking about 7 secret reasons why you might look younger than your age. Some of these might surprise you. Some might describe someone you know. And one of them, almost nobody talks about. So don't disappear halfway through because the last one is probably the biggest surprise. And I have a little story coming later that completely changed how I think about getting older. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Before we jump in, I want to ask you something. How old do people usually think you are? Do they guess younger, older, or do they avoid guessing because they don't want to get into trouble? Tell me your age and the age people normally guess in the comments. Those comments are always fun to read. All right, let's get into it. Reason number 1. You don't carry every problem, like it's your full-time job. Have you noticed something? Some people collect problems like they're collecting football cards. Every conversation, a new complaint. My neighbor, my boss. The weather, the government, my knee, my other knee. By the time they're finished talking, you're tired too. Now compare that with someone who has problems, but doesn't let those problems move into their head rent-free. Life still happens, bills still arrive, people still annoy them, but they don't carry everything around all day. Carl Jung believed that what we refuse to deal with inside eventually finds another way to show itself. Sometimes it shows up on our faces. Stress has a funny way of introducing itself before you do. You don't even have to say anything. People can see it. But when you slowly learn to let little things go, your whole face changes. You smile more. Your eyes soften. Your body relaxes. You don't look like you're fighting the world every morning. I remember an old man from my neighborhood. Every morning he'd sit outside with his little cup of tea, birds singing, people rushing to work, kids making noise, dogs barking. Nothing bothered him. One day someone asked, "How are you always smiling?" He said, "If I fight every problem, when will I enjoy my tea?" Simple, funny, but honestly, that's wisdom. Maybe you've met someone like that. They aren't pretending life is perfect. They've just decided peace is worth protecting. And somehow, they always seem younger than everyone else. Reason number 2. You're curious about life. Here's something I noticed. Children ask questions all day. Why? How? What happens if I press this? Adults? We stop asking. Instead we say, I already know. Do we really? Carl Jung loved the idea that we're always growing, not just when we're young, our whole lives. People who stay curious seem different. One week they're learning how to cook something new. The next week they're planting flowers. Then suddenly they're watching documentaries about whales. You think, where did whales come from? Nobody knows, but they're enjoying themselves. Curiosity keeps your mind moving, and when your mind stays alive, your spirit often feels younger too. Have you ever seen someone in their 70s trying a new hobby? They're excited. They make mistakes. They laugh at themselves. Meanwhile, someone who's 30 says, "I'm too old for that." Too old? You're 30. Relax. One of the funniest things is watching grandparents learn technology. At first, "What is this button?" 5 minutes later, they're sending emojis to everybody, sometimes too many. You wake up to 17 dancing emojis and 3 chickens. You don't even ask questions anymore. You just reply, "Good morning." The point is, people who stay curious don't stop living, and that excitement has a way of showing on their faces. Reason number 3, you smile without even realizing it now. Before anybody says, "I don't like smiling," don't worry. I'm not talking about fake smiles. We've all seen those. The kind where someone smiles with their mouth, but their eyes are still attending yesterday's argument. I'm talking about real smiles, the ones that appear naturally, when you're talking to someone you enjoy, watching your favorite pet do something silly, seeing your grandchild trying to tell a story that makes absolutely no sense. Those little moments, they matter. People who genuinely enjoy life often have softer expressions. They look more approachable, more relaxed, more youthful. Have you noticed how babies smile at certain people almost instantly? It's not because they're checking your skincare routine. They simply feel your energy. And adults aren't that different. We naturally move towards people who feel warm. Here's a funny little story. A man was convinced he looked old. Every morning he'd stare into the mirror. One day his granddaughter walked in. She looked at him and said, "Grandpa, why do you always look angry when nobody is talking to you?" He wasn't angry. That was just his normal face. So he started relaxing his face during the day. A few weeks later, people kept saying, "You look different." He hadn't changed his haircut. He hadn't bought expensive creams. He simply stopped walking around looking like someone had stolen his sandwich. Sometimes. The smallest changes make the biggest difference, and Carl Jung would probably remind us that the outside often reflects what's happening within. So if joy becomes part of your daily life, people will often notice before you do. Now here's something interesting. The next reason has nothing to do with your skin, nothing to do with exercise, and nothing to do with money. Yet it quietly changes how young people see you every single day. It's one of my favorites, and honestly, most people completely overlook it. If you're still here, I already know something about you. You're probably someone who enjoys learning about people, life, and yourself. Because let's be honest, the human mind is fascinating. You can meet someone for 5 minutes and feel like you've known them for years. Then you can meet someone else and think, "I don't know what it is, but this person feels like they have a dark cloud following them." Energy matters. The way we see the world matters. And sometimes, the biggest youth secret isn't something you put on your face. It's something you carry in your heart. So let's continue. Reason number 4. You know how to let go of the past. This one is huge. And honestly, this might be the reason many people don't talk about enough. Some people are physically living in 2026, but emotionally, they're still having arguments from 1998. Someone hurt them years ago. Someone disappointed them. Someone didn't appreciate them. And every morning they wake up and bring that old pain with them. Imagine carrying a heavy suitcase everywhere you go. At first you don't notice. You get used to it. You walk with it. You eat with it. You sleep with it. Then one day someone says, "Why are you so tired?" And you realize, I've been carrying something I was never meant to carry forever. Carl Jung often spoke about facing our inner world. The parts of ourselves we avoid, the old wounds, the hidden emotions, because when we don't deal with them, they control us quietly. But something amazing happens when people heal. They become lighter. Their smile changes. Their personality opens. They become more playful again, almost like they found an older version of their younger self. You know those people who are 70 years old but still act like they're 40, not immature, just alive. They dance, they joke, they try new things. They don't spend every day saying, "Back in my day," and listen. There's nothing wrong with remembering the good old days, but don't live there permanently. A house is nice, but you can't stay in the past forever. You have today, and today is where life is happening. I once heard someone say, "The reason some people look younger is because they aren't fighting yesterday anymore." Think about that. Maybe looking young isn't only about adding something. Maybe sometimes it's about removing something, removing anger, removing unnecessary stress, removing old pain. Sometimes youth comes from feeling free. Reason number 5. You still have a sense of humor. Let's talk about something very important. Being able to laugh, not at other people, not in a negative way, but being able to laugh at life. And especially, being able to laugh at yourself. Because the moment you become too serious about yourself, life gets heavy. Have you ever met someone who takes everything personally? You say, "Nice weather today," and somehow they think you're criticizing their relationship with the sun. Some people need to relax. The world is already complicated enough. You don't need to make every small thing a courtroom case. People who stay youthful usually have a playful side. They can make jokes. They can enjoy silly moments. They can laugh when things don't go perfectly. You spill your coffee? Okay, clean it, move on. You forgot someone's name? Don't panic. Just say, "I'm sorry, my brain is still loading." Everyone understands. A funny thing happens when you laugh more. Your body relaxes. Your mind gets a break. You stop living like every day is an emergency meeting. And honestly, some people look older because they are constantly carrying the weight of being serious. They forgot how to play. Remember when you were a child? You didn't need a reason to enjoy something. A cardboard box could become a spaceship. A stick could become a sword. A puddle could become the most exciting thing in the world. Somewhere along the way, many adults forgot that feeling. But the people who find it again, they often seem younger, because their spirit stays awake. Reason number 6. You take care of your body. Because you respect yourself now, this one might sound obvious, but there's a deeper meaning behind it. People who look younger often don't treat their body like a machine they can abuse forever. They listen. They move. They rest. They give themselves basic care. And notice, I didn't say they are perfect. Nobody is waking up every morning looking like a fitness magazine cover. Sometimes we eat too much cake. Sometimes we sit too long. Sometimes we tell ourselves, "I'll exercise tomorrow." And tomorrow has been waiting for 3 years. We all know that person. Maybe that person is us. But people who stay youthful usually have small habits. They walk. They drink enough water. They sleep better. They eat foods that make them feel good. They don't punish their body. They work with it. Carl Jung believed there needs to be balance between different parts of ourselves. Your mind, your emotions, your physical body. They all work together. Think about your phone. If you never charge it, eventually it stops working. Your body is the same. You can't keep running on empty and expect unlimited energy. And here's the beautiful thing. You don't need to completely change your life overnight. Small things count. A 10-minute walk, a little more water, going to bed earlier, laughing more, spending time outside. Small actions repeated over time create big changes. So now we have 6 reasons, but the final one, this is the one that connects everything together. Because you can have good habits, you can take care of yourself, you can smile, but if you don't have this one thing, something is missing. Let's talk about the final secret. Reason number 7. You are still excited about the future. This might be the biggest secret. People who look younger often have something inside them that says, there's still more life to experience. They wake up curious about tomorrow. They have plans, dreams, little things they're looking forward to. And honestly, this is powerful, because when someone loses excitement for life, you can often see it. They stop exploring, they stop trying, they stop being surprised. Everything becomes nothing changes. But youthful people have a different attitude. They think, let's see what happens. That small sentence can change everything. I remember hearing about an elderly woman who started learning painting later in life. Someone asked her, "Why start now? Isn't it too late?" She smiled and said, "I wasn't born knowing how to paint. Why should I stop learning now?" That mindset, that's youth, not the number on your birthday cake. The number is just a number. Your curiosity, your hope, your excitement, those are what keep you alive inside. Carl Jung believed the journey of becoming yourself never truly ends. There is always another layer, another lesson, another discovery. And maybe that's the real secret. People who look younger aren't trying desperately to go backwards. They are moving forward. They are still becoming. Now let's quickly look back at the 7 secrets. Number 1. You don't carry every problem like it's your full-time job. Number 2. You stay curious about life. Number 3. You allow yourself to smile and enjoy simple moments. Number 4. You let go of the past. Number 5. You keep your sense of humor. Number 6. You respect and care for your body. And number 7. You stay excited about the future. Now I want to ask you something. Out of these 7, which one sounds most like you? Are you the person who stays curious? The person who laughs easily? The person who has learned to let go? Tell me in the comments. I genuinely love reading your stories because every person has a different journey, and sometimes your comment is exactly what someone else needed to hear today. If this video gave you something valuable, don't forget to like the video. Subscribe for more videos about Carl Jung, psychology, personal growth, and the little things that make life more meaningful. And remember, growing older is something we all do, but staying alive inside, that's a choice we can make every day. Keep learning, keep smiling, keep becoming the best version of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.